Hello, Jen.
Hi, Denny.
How's your Friday going?
So far, so good. What about you?
It is an excellent Friday.
You back from your vacation?
I am back. Been back 2 weeks. It's awesome. I like getting into my groove.
We still need to schedule that 101 when you get a chance.
Yes, in fact, thank you for reminding me. We will do that. Maybe you can hang on to the call at the end, okay?
Okay,
Be happy to do that.
thank you.
Okay. Whoa, who is that? I got two Denise, but one's not Denise. Who is on?
Happy birthday, Denny.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That's why, again, I said it was an amazing Friday. I get a lot of love today.
Isn't today also the day about Apollo 11 landed on the moon, 1969?
Dude, that was yesterday. July 20th, 1969. I remember I was 14 years old. I watched it.
I'm a whole day late. All right.
That's okay. That's okay. If anybody's here with Keller Williams, it's actually Gary Keller's birthday too. He is 2 years younger and $2 billion richer. And if you can, you guys, come on, man, turn your cameras on. What the heck? It's Friday. Happy hour somewhere. Let's have some fun today. Do we have any first timers here? John, my co-host, isn't here. Louise, I don't think it's going to be here either. So I'm going to be a one-arm paper hanger. Still, it's okay. I love doing this. So raise your hand if you want to participate. And that's the only way we get better. I don't see any hands up yet. Well, I see 1 o'clock, top of the hour. And so good. We see Jen's got her hand up. She won a coaching call. So I do give away a coaching call for people that participate. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Denny Grimes. If you've not been here before, Denny Grimes, I'm in Southwest Florida. And actually, I have a bit of trivia. Yes, it is my birthday today, and that's always a great thing. My team is taking me out for dinner tonight. And here's the bit of trivia. I have written on a whiteboard, which you can't see, the date I started real estate. It was July 25th. Does anyone want to take a guess? This would be a wild, wild guess. What year that might be?
1988.
Close. 1983. So in a couple of days, I'll celebrate my 40th year of having my real estate license. And you know what? It was a cool story. Someday I'll tell you about it. So it is mastery level role play. That's my email. If I can, I don't know if you can see it. It's coachdennygrimes@gmail.com. coachdennygrimes@gmail.com. And today is July 21st, 2023. We will do the follow the model, you guys, as always. by asking questions, not telling. So I'm going to give you some objections, and we're going to go rapid fire today and have some fun. If you haven't been to my YouTube, Denny Grimes, the mastery of real estate, over 200 videos where my goal is here in the next 2 months to get to 1,000 subscribers. And that would be awesome. Also, if you have not been on, Recon is because I am Keller Williams, this is open to anyone. If you want some daily practice, this is a daily, it's 8:30 to 8:30 to 9 Central Time, it's 9:30 to 10 Eastern Time, and it's every day except for holidays, and we do kind of the same type of thing. Here's my thought of the day, really fast, very simple. I want to know, you guys can talk to me or put it in the chat. I'll figure out where to find the chat here in a second. Here it is. You can put it in the chat. I want to know how much time a day on average you spend practicing your conversations. But go ahead, don't be shy. Put it in the chat. Or do you spend time practicing? Now, I appreciate you being on the call. However, what happens is, many times you're listening to people perform, which is great. That's how we get better. However, if you don't practice, you won't get any better, and then you're going to perform the same way in front of a client. So I'm going to challenge you guys to find somebody, maybe somebody here. If you would like a role play partner, go ahead and put your name and number in. Maybe somebody here would be willing to hook up with you and maybe spend 30 minutes a day or 30 minutes every other day or something like that. I encourage you to do that. That is the only way we can get better. I use analogies all the time. I think analogies are very powerful in conversations. So imagine I was a golf pro. I'm not. Imagine I was. And we're all taking a golf lesson. And the only one hitting the golf balls are the people talking. The rest of you guys are watching me coach people hitting golf balls. Yes, you will learn. There is a skill, though, and the skill comes from doing. So I'll get off my soapbox. I'm going to encourage you to practice. So I'm looking for hands. I think, Jenny, you had your hand up at one time, but I don't see any hands. And so are you ready to role play? All right, you're muted. If you want to role play, raise your hand. And you know what? No one will be embarrassed. You can be the buyer or seller. I'll be the agent if you want to do that. And we follow the model. It's acknowledge. I understand. Isolate. Other than that, answer and close. And I'll keep letting people in. And here we go. So, do you have a request, a particular bent you would like to start with, Jenny?
Any seller objection, if you have, or we can do expired script, whichever you like.
Well, let's go here. I have a little wheel of fortune here I like. So let's just see what fate has for you. 6. This may be let's see, maybe buyer or seller. Here it is, number 6. This is expired. Good for you.
It's meant to be.
And therefore, I will turn off my video because you're not going to be able to see me. It doesn't matter if I see you. You can't see me. You're going to be calling me, and we have our trusty timer here, and it started. You're calling me. Ring, ring. Hello.
Denny?
How do you know? Who is this?
Hi, Denny. This is Jenny. I'm a local realtor. I was hoping to ask you a quick question on the house for sale. Would that be okay?
Yes.
I noticed the house on 123 East Main Street came off the market. Are you still looking to sell this house?
Yeah, but I don't know if we're going to be doing it right away. We're a little bit discouraged. How did you get my number?
I understand, Danny, and well, this is a public data. And Danny, let me ask you this just quick question. If you were absolutely confident that you can sell within 30 days at the price that made sense for you financially, would you be open to having a conversation with me?
How many days? You kind of cut out there a little bit, Jen.
What was that?
If I was confident if I could sell in how many days did you say?
I shouldn't have put the days. Usually I don't say the days. If you were confident that you can sell this house at the price that made sense financially, would you be open to a conversation with me, Danny?
Okay, good. I'm glad you didn't put the days in. So, well, I mean, it sounds like every other agent's called me, and so I don't know. I think we're just going to probably give it a little break and maybe put it back on the market, sell it ourselves.
I understand, Danny, and I totally respect the fact that you're trying to sell it by yourself. Danny, just real quick, you know, when you had it on the market, you sound like an intelligent man. Do you have any idea of why it did not sell?
Well, my agent said basically just the market it's a wrong time for sellers. Interest rates basically went up, buyers kind of dried up. And so my agent suggested I probably wait maybe 6 months and try it again.
I understand that. Did you get any offers at all?
Well, I think when we first put it on the market, we had one offer, but it didn't really materialize. It was a low ball offer. I
understand, Danny. And I'm looking here at the photos. The house looks amazing. What has you moving in the first place?
Yeah, this house here, we're in Fort Myers and we're going to move to the mountains. Yeah, where it's cool. So we're going up in the Smoky Mountains somewhere, maybe North Carolina.
Oh, wow. That sounds like an amazing idea. Danny, and you know, just real quick before I let you go, it sounds like you would be interested in selling this house if the number made sense, of course. And it seems like you're open to this idea. If you were absolutely confident that that can happen fast and easy, would you be open to having just a 20-minute conversation with me?
Well, all right. I will.
Okay. 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. would be better today.
Down to 9 seconds. So I said, I'll go ahead and cry uncle. So, any comments? How did you feel on that, Jenny?
Well, I like the fact that you didn't give in, because that's what typically happens.
People typically give in?
No.
Oh.
Not that fast. I mean, you know, they're typically on edge and they really don't like to stay on the phone for a long time.
Well, does anyone want to give her what your opinion of the call was before I do? And we'll get into another one. So anyone want to share what your opinion? Thank you for the birthday wish. Her opinion, if you were just kind of like a referee watching the call, what did you see that you liked, or what is the feedback? Any? Just come off mic, come off mute. Take a second. Wow, this is crazy. So I'll tell you, Jen, I liked it. I liked it a lot. You were very confident. You were quick. And again, you didn't seem tentative at all. And I think now what surprised me a little bit. So would you normally know my name when you call?
I have Vulcan 7, so most of the times I do. There are times where it's just says the owner, and if that's the case, I say, hi, I'm looking for the owner of 123 Banana Street. Is this the right number? And usually that doesn't really get me. Sometimes they just hang up.
Right. Well, I liked, I mean, that kind of threw me for a loop, and I didn't know if she did that. The other thing that I want to say that I like is the fact that for me, now I have not made my living calling expires. I made my living sitting at the tables having conversations. So what she did that I liked, she started with a question. Listen, if you could get, if you were 100% certain you could get what you wanted for your house, are you still interested in selling? And I think really from an expired standpoint, that's an important question. Then she went, and I used the metaphor many times. You guys have seen it before, but I'll show you the new graphic I have for it. Boom, let me go back one. Right there, the ball, she was getting clarification. So, thank you for muting. She went to my motivation. Now, when you find out that the expired seller still wants to sell, why don't you go to motivation? Because you can use motivation in your favor. So I'd give you probably an A on that, really, Jen.
Oh, nice thank job.
You. All right. Well, again, you have to have your hand up and participate if you want to be in the drawing for a free 30-minute coaching call with me. Who's next? Because it's going to be like me and Jen show all day long. Here's Louise coming in. So Sherry, you've got, that's not Sherry, Bailey, you've got your camera on. So that means you're brave. Hi, Louise. So Bailey, do you ever get objections where you are?
Yeah.
And do you work with buyers or sellers?
I mainly work with buyers.
And what objection do you get a lot that you would love to be able to master?
Obviously there's interest rates, but another one that we see a lot is just like not finding, the issue that I'm having right now is people just not finding the right home, not having a ton of inventory on right now.
Okay, so would you want to be the agent and me be the buyer and you handle that? Or would you like you to be the buyer and you can give me what buyers are giving you?
Maybe I'll be the buyer.
Oh, I was afraid of that. Okay, let me get back to my time. Here we go. Reset. Now, let's just assume that we're having, set the stage. So you're working with a buyer and they're not finding what they want, correct?
Yeah, just nothing's out there right now. I want to spend less money and get more for it.
Okay. All right, here we go. Start. So the model is acknowledge. I understand, Bailey. That is to isolate. Other than being a little bit frustrated that you're not finding the right house, is there any other reason why you wouldn't want to buy or own?
I guess not. I have the money for it. I just, there's nothing that's like appealing to me right now, and everything's so expensive for what I'm getting.
Okay, so again, when you're working with a buyer who wants to be and get extra credit today, what's one of the very first questions you have to establish? Let's just assume it's not established yet. What question should I be asking her now? This is where you participate.
Rent or own?
There you go. Ask the question, Louise.
Hey, Bailey, do you currently rent or own?
I currently rent.
Good. Now, again, it's a totally different conversation if they rent. So now that I know that she rents, so Bailey, how long have you been renting?
Probably a few years, 5 years.
5 years? And when did you have the first inclination to get out of renting and into building equity?
Well, the rent's going up.
Well, okay, so the rent's been going up probably for the last couple of years. When did you decide you wanted to own instead of rent?
Recently, I can't, recently.
Okay. And what now you got to go to motivation. I don't know what recently is, but I've got 3 minutes, so I got to go fast. So why do you want to get out of renting and owning your own home?
Just so I can have equity. I don't have to deal with landlords, and it's kind of just a thing on my own that I want.
Now, when you hear that, I'm kind of letting you know that that's kind of right brain. That's factual stuff. It doesn't really get into probably the meat of it. Tell me more. What about the house? What's the house going to give you that your apartment doesn't?
Well, in a house, I can make it my own. I can't, in an apartment, I can't paint the walls or anything like that. I want it to be a place of my own that I love and want to come home to.
Right. So I understand. So what are you paying in rent?
$1,700.
Okay. And have you talked to a lender? Do you know what you could afford if you stepped into ownership?
No, I have not.
Okay. So have you looked at houses that you like?
Yeah, I have seen some. Yes.
And what prevented you from owning them or buying them?
I just think they're too expensive for what they are. I like them, but the market right now is way more expensive than I want it to be.
Okay, so what was the price range you were looking at?
Oh geez. Let's say 300s.
Okay. And you say that's too expensive?
The mortgage for it, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to stop because my timer's up. I'm going to stop right now and let's break this down a little bit. Where would you go from there? Now, what we want to teach is gaining clarity, okay? Gaining clarity. She says it's too expensive. What does that mean to you? I'm not asking you, Bailey. I'm asking the class if you want to participate. When you hear that from Bailey, what does that mean to you?
It means she has a perception, so it would be good to quantify it with a number and compare that to what she's paying in rent and then start to slice the pie.
Right, that would be the formula. Now, it's too expensive. It could be It could be perception or what? Reality, meaning I can afford it or I can afford it, but I think it's ridiculous to pay that, right? So Louise, she's on our recon calls. She's quite good at this. So I will give you an opportunity now to take Bailey down the path where you would go next. And I'll set this up and
Okay.
you'll have a couple of minutes. Go. You don't have to redo anything. Just start from there.
Okay, so Bailey, you said you're paying how much a month in rent?
1,700.
All right. And how much are you comfortable paying to own a property?
Well, if I'm owning it, probably about 2,300.
Okay. So the difference is how much?
500.
Let's see,
3,600.
17 and 23.
Oh.
It looks like you could actually have a difference of $600. And that would be at X interest rate. It would equate to Y dollars a day.
Well, you're getting there too fast.
Yeah, I'm
Too fast.
skipping a lot.
Yeah, so let me help you that. So basically you realize to own a home, but you're willing to pay more to own, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so you came up with a budget of about 2,300.
Right.
Now, let me ask you, do you know what the house that you liked, you said it was 300. Do you know how much that would be a month?
I don't.
Okay, well, if it were affordable, would that change your perception of owning it or not?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so let's, and again, I have a calculator and I'm kind of flying blind. This is what Louise was doing, kind of making some numbers up. So to own that house so you're willing to go to 2,300. To own that house, it's going to be 2,700.
Mm-hmm.
Is that affordable for you?
It could be if it's the house that I really, really want. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to stop for a moment. Tell me what just changed.
Her perception.
Tell me more.
It seems like it's within reason now, whereas before, without quantifying it, the buyer just assumed they wouldn't be able to afford it.
Well, if you go back to her first statement, and again, I know that she's acting this out, and so the stories may not be consistent, but I want you to look for the inconsistencies. What was her original statement? Why didn't she want to own?
I'm going to stand aside because I hopped on at a point and I missed the beginning of it.
Anybody can say, here's the thing. It was too expensive. It was too expensive. I want to pay all that for all that house. Now what she just said, when I asked her, it's going to be not 2,300. It's going to be 2,700, which is what, $400 more. Would you be willing to invest that? No, I didn't say pay that. I said invest. She said, if it was the right house. This is what I want you to listen for. So if it was the right house, has anything changed about being it too expensive? No, I think the issue was she hadn't seen a house she's excited about. If she saw a house she was excited about, then the cost of the house or her perception would change about the house. Are you seeing that? So are you saying that basically if we can find a house you really, really like, you're willing to step into this market?
Yes, I feel like if it was worth it, I would do it.
So that's taking the buyer from a hard no to, all right, I'll look. And sometimes that's the win in a market, isn't it? So is that helpful, Bailey?
Yes, thank you.
Not yet. Guess what? You get to do it now.
Okay.
So you're gonna talk to Louise. Louise will be the buyer, and you will be the agent. And I'll put the model. I'll reset the clock here. Don't be nervous. Just do your best to follow the model. It's right here. And even if you don't get all the way through it, keep asking questions, go.
Okay. Let's see. Hello, is this Louise?
Yes, hi.
Hi. I heard that you may have an inquiry on a home and I was wondering what I can answer for you.
Oh, yeah, I saw the house at 678 Coconut Court, and it looked pretty nice. I'd like to take a look at it.
Perfect. We can take a look at it for you. Do you rent or own right now?
Oh, right now I rent.
Okay, perfect. Do you have an idea of how much you are looking to spend?
Oh, gosh, maybe around 2,300.
2,300. Okay. And what are you renting for right now?
We pay 1,700 a month right now.
Okay, so you're willing to go 600 more to invest in this property.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So I don't know how to do the slice the pie thing.
Okay. Reverse it. Go ahead, Louise, just reverse it.
Okay, so the difference between those two is about $600, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you willing to pay $600 more to own versus rent?
That's not slicing.
Oh, okay. So $600 a month would equate to roughly, let's
20.
see.
20.
Yeah, I should be able to calculate that easily. $20 a day. Do you think $20 a day is something you're willing to invest in your family to own versus
I think
rent?
$20 a day seems reasonable.
Okay. So then I'm stepping out of the role play now. Then I would encourage her to talk with a lender.
Right. So that is a classic. Now that we changed the scenario a little bit, however, Bailey, your questions were good. How did you feel?
Me?
Yeah.
Good. I feel like I can do it now with other people, and I just need to learn a little bit more about how to calculate the slice the pie thing.
Right. Well, it's called reduced to the ridiculous. So what you take, you don't talk in terms of the payments, the monthly investment's 2,700 because she's already paying 17 and she's willing to go to 20, whatever, 23.
Mm-hmm.
So the difference is 400. So is it worth $15 a day? So that's what it boils down to. That's what's called reduced to the ridiculous. So
Okay.
let's go on into something else. Of all these people, we got 20-some people here and no one has their camera on except I've got Helen. Oh, Helen, that's a picture. Mindy, welcome back, Mindy. How are you? Let's show them how it's done. This is somebody.
Oh, goodness.
All right, Mindy, I'll tell you what. You're getting the wheel.
Lucky me.
Don't let me down.
Oh, you just put the pressure on me.
Yeah, that's right. You've already practiced once. This is 19 and 20. All right, this is one we haven't done in a while. We're having you're coming over to list my house, and it is not in very good showing condition. And how would you handle the conversation without hurting my feelings to make me a cooperative seller? Because it kind of looks like it should be on the show The Hoarders or something like that. So
Oh, dear.
here we go.
Oh,
Let's see how your bedside manner is. Go.
whew. All right. So, Denny, are you the seller?
Yes.
Okay. So, Denny, thank you so much for inviting me into your home. Let me ask you this. How soon are you looking to put your home on the market?
Right away. I've straightened everything up before you came, so it's ready to go.
Wonderful. Yeah, I see that. I understand that I'm trying to do this model here. Okay, so I understand that you want to put your home on the market right away. What is important to you about putting your home on the market right away?
Well, okay, let me just stop a minute. If you've got the fish in the boat, there are certain questions that don't matter anymore. So
Well, maybe they have a job waiting for them somewhere and they have to get there right away.
Okay, you're talking about timing, okay? Yeah, well, I have a job somewhere and I have to get there right away.
Okay, all right. So, are you looking at, when do you need to be there? Is it like in 2 weeks, 30 days? I'm just trying to get a sense of, the timeline here.
So that was a run-on question, Mindy, so let's ask that again. She said, Dan, this is calculus, okay? Just ask the question. When do you need to be there?
When do you need to be there?
Probably 90 days.
Oh, in 90 days. Oh, okay, great. So, there are different pricing structures for different homes. So you can get the maximum amount in a fully updated home. And is that what you're striving for, or is your goal more of the convenience in just getting to your next home?
So that was an alternate choice. Again, it was just ask the question. Just restate that, ask the question, don't answer it for me. You gave me two choices. What if it's none of those? What's my goal?
What's your goal?
Yeah, you said it's updated. Well, yeah, it's all updated. I mean, we just spent money just updating the kitchen and baths, and don't you like my home?
Oh, I think it's a great home, and I'm sure that we'll be able to find a buyer for it. Would it be okay if we have a stager come in here and give you suggestions for how to optimize the price?
No, we don't need a stager. I mean, my wife decorated this. I mean, she went to Home Depot and took a class on sponge painting, and she did a really good job.
Okay, yeah, she did a really good job. I don't know how to get them motivated to do any of that. I'm sorry, Denny, really.
Yes, you can. Now, come on, you're a doctor. We're not going to be sympathetic. We've got to be empathetic. We've got to tell them what they need to hear.
Okay, Denny, do you want me to tell you what you want to hear or what you need to hear?
Well, I want you to tell me what I need to hear. I need to be moved in 90 days.
Okay, all right. So there's still a lot of things in the home, and it's going to be hard for a buyer to see past them, to see your home itself.
What do you mean? You don't like my wife's precious moments?
I do. We want the buyers, though, to look at your home instead of at the precious moments, though. Can we get you to start packing some of these precious items up so that the buyer can focus in on your home instead of on your items?
Okay, so take me to pain. Take me to pain if I don't.
What if we don't get any offers that are acceptable to you within the 90 days that you need to be at your new job?
Well, I guess we'd have to lower the price.
Okay. So should we start with that lower price now?
No, I don't think so. Why? I mean, you're insulting my wife's decorating.
Oh, it's not the decorating that I'm concerned about. It's the buyer's perception of the home. Will they be able to see themselves there?
Is there another avenue? I mean, that's okay. I mean, you're attempting to get me there. Give me another avenue. Go, Louise.
Hey, Mindy, would you rather the people come and admire the floor plan, the lot, the location, or look at your collection of everything?
Well, I mean, does it really matter? I mean, I think.
Well, are you selling everything, or are you selling the home? Are you selling the contents, or are you selling the home?
Okay, good. All right, I'm selling the house.
So, Mindy, do you want to just ask them to focus on what you're selling and not what you're owning?
Yeah, okay. So there's how about this? So let me ask you, when you go shopping for something new, like maybe a new car or let's just use a car for a moment.
Okay.
Why? Describe the car you see in the showroom.
Well, it doesn't have my kids' empty Cheeto wrappers in there. It's just, pristine, clean, and empty.
And have you ever heard of the term showroom ready?
No, but I can imagine what that is.
And so the car dealers basically have the right lights. It's perfect. And you know what? It helps people want it. Now, My question to you is, if we can increase people's desire for your home, that will put money in your pocket. Is that something you're interested in doing?
Yeah, I'd like to have the money in my pocket, yet I have to go really quickly. So I just need to be able to exit quickly.
Right. And we can do that. So again, there's a lot of ways you can handle someone who has a cluttered house. And, you know, sometimes you're going to have to tell them what they need to hear. And I want to know if you can do it in kind of a humane way. We had a couple listings in my career that were hoarders. They literally had to come in hazmat suits. All right, who wants to sell our objection? Jenny, you're back in the ring. You want to sell her?
I just had a question on what you just did. I just had a listing appointment and they're more dated. They were expired, but he says the only objection they got that it was dated. It was built in 2004, but they think it's beautiful. I mean, it's not cluttered at all. How would you approach that with a bedside manner?
Easily. All right, Jenny. So really quick here. So I have, and many times I've shown you this. You guys should have this sheet. This is the outcome sheet. This is the most important listing form on the planet. There's only 3 things that can happen, and you go over this when you list the home. So assuming has the home been on the market yet, Jenny?
Yes, it's expired that I went to.
Okay. So I'm interviewing with you. I said, Jenny, when you had the home on the market before, obviously it didn't sell. Let me ask you, outcome number 1, you had low to no showings. You didn't have many showings. And outcome 2 is you had showings, no offers. What outcome were you at?
Well, we had showings, but we had no offers. Then our agent suggested we'll lower the price. And then we had 2 people come in and they said, the only feedback we got, it was dated. But we think it's beautiful.
So it's dated. So you know what they're really saying? They're saying they're finding nicer houses out there for sale for the same money or less. So if you were a buyer, now always take it, change the hat. If you were a buyer and you could buy something nicer for the same money or less versus something that was dated, what would you do?
I would buy a nicer one.
Kind of, isn't that what was going on?
Yes, you're right.
So what's the remedy for that?
Price it right.
Now, are you just laying down on me or what? I mean, that was kind of easy.
Oh, well, no, I got what you're going. So just go to the price point again.
Well, it was kind of a tactful way of doing it. Listen, you guys, whenever you have a seller that's being a little stubborn, believe me, you know, they want all this money for their dated house, yet you think they're willing to pay all that money for a dated house when they go to buy? No way. No, they're probably going to be even a more stringent buyer. So just reverse it on them. And again, if you have low to no showings and showings to no offers, it's a pricing issue, and you can only change that by condition or change the condition or lower the price.
Price.
All right, I've got one for you. Seller who wants this one, I'll tell you what it's going to be. I'll list with you if you discount your commission. Who's taking it? Hang on.
I'll go, but I would like to hear someone else. You guys, you know, this is Denny's birthday.
Yeah, that was my wife.
Give him the gift of participation. Come on.
Yeah, James, I mean, what are you guys doing? Are you guys in a tanning bed or something? How can we get so much more participation in recon?
All right, Denny, let's go.
All right, James, I'll give you the listing if you lower your commission.
Okay, Denny, so other than commission, is there any other reason why we won't move forward right now?
No.
Okay, and what are you looking for on the commission, Denny?
Okay. That's a fair question. And what's your normal fee?
My normal fee is 3% to me and 3% to the buyer's agent.
Okay, so how about we do 5% and 4% if you bring the buyer?
Okay, so you're looking to do 2.5 and 2.5 and 4% if I bring the buyer in on the home.
Yeah.
Okay. And Denny, are we willing to price the house so we can get it sold? What's your time frame to sell the house?
No, I have to be where I need to be in about 90 days.
Okay, so we want to price the house right, correct? So you're willing to work with me on the pricing of the house?
Well, you're gonna price the house, so yeah, I mean, I'm not unrealistic.
Okay, well, that's good. Denny, have you talked to other agents?
Well, you're the first one. And
Okay.
if you accept my terms, I'm ready to listen. You'll be my huckleberry.
All right, well, you know what, Denny? I will accept your terms. Let's move forward. Hey man, for 2.5, I'm ready to rock and roll. You know, I want 3, but I'll take 2.5. If you had said 3%, total, I would have said, okay, well, what do you want me to discount on my services? But 5%, you're not too bad, Denny. I'll work with you.
Okay.
Make sure we price the house right.
All right. Well, that would be better than no listing. So, may I show? All right. So just reverse it with me. I got the timer reset, James. So now you're the seller. Saying the
Okay.
same thing. Okay. So nice job isolating, by the way. So James, you give me this. If I lower my fee, you're willing to work with me. Other than that, anything keeping us from working together, other than the fee?
No, that's it, Denny. I just think it's too much to pay a lot of commission. So if you'll drop your fee, we can work together.
Drop it to what?
Well, I was thinking something like 4%.
Okay. So again, nice job. You kind of did that. So let me ask you this question here. This is the question you didn't ask. James, what's more important to you, saving money or making money?
Well, I'd like to do both. Can I do both, Denny? Can I save money and make money in this market?
Well, you can either get it cheap or have quality, any product.
Okay.
So what's more important to you? Quality, which will put money in your pocket, or do you want the cheapest possible?
Well, I want quality. I want to sell the house for the most I can get for the house.
Okay. And so let me ask you, do you think negotiation, your agent being able to negotiate for your value would be an advantage for you?
Absolutely. I think having a good agent will make me more money, of course.
Well, would you be impressed with the agent you hired if they basically just dropped their commission by 25%? And that's their money. How quickly do you think they'll give your money away in order to make a sale, to maybe make a car payment?
Well, yeah, that could be the case. I see what you're saying. So yeah, there's a possibility that they would do that.
Well, how many times an agent has to negotiate in a transaction?
I've heard about 4 times.
3 or 4 times. So what if each time, because your agent is more concerned about getting something versus making money for you, that they negotiate a commission or negotiate something that costs you 0.5%. So that could add up to 1, 2, or 3% more that you are paying or losing. Do you see that as a possibility?
Yeah, that could be definitely a possibility.
By the way, do you want the maximum number of buyers looking at your home or just a few?
Well, I'd like to have the maximum number, of course.
And what would be the benefit to having the maximum number of buyers looking at it?
Well, because the more people that see it, the more offers we potentially get.
So if you go on the market and basically that you want 4%, so now I'm paying the other agent 2%, other agents are paying higher commission. Where do you think the momentum is going to be with the other agents showing their buyers?
Well, they should show every house, but I see what you're saying. They're probably more likely to show the homes that pay a higher commission.
So do you think that might affect your bottom line by 0.5 point or so?
Yes.
So,
You're right.
So is it really worth it to go cheap? Why don't we just go quality?
Okay, so what's our quality percentage?
For you, it's 7.
Come on, it's your birthday. Give me a gift. At least make it 6.
All right.
I negotiated you down to 6. I feel better now.
Yeah. So that's that. All right. Next, let's see. I've got some others here. Who's going to come on and play? Somebody, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know everybody here, so I'm gonna call on someone. How come you don't have your cameras on? How about Helen? You got a picture up there at least. Helen, do you want to play? We got time for 2 or 3 more quickly.
Hi. Yeah,
Hi.
sure.
All right,
I'm
Helen.
really
thank
new
you.
at this though, so
That's okay. You can phone a friend. You,
Say that-
I'll give you something. I'll give you kind of,
I've been calling for sale by owners.
you do?
Yeah.
Do you have a conversation or script in front of you?
No, I don't, but
Okay.
I'll go off my head. And then, I'll go off the top of my head I have a script that I use.
Okay, let's see how well you do.
I
James,
mean, it's really just one question that I started off with, so.
okay, James is your for sale by owner, and you're calling James.
No, stay with me. Hold on, my team lead, I told her to stay with me. I need moral support.
All right, Helen, nice job. Here we go, go. They're calling
Give me a
James.
call, Helen. Ring, ring.
Okay. Ring, I'm calling you, right? You're
Yep.
answering.
Yep.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, I'm calling about the house on 123 Main Street. Is it still for sale?
Yes, sure is.
Okay, well, I'm a local realtor. My name's Helen Dickinson. I have a question. Are you open to working with realtors who have a buyer for your home?
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about paying a 2.5% commission if you bring me a qualified buyer.
Awesome. Well, I work on the Florida Living team. It's a big team. We have 9 agents and we have a huge pipeline of buyers. And sometimes they're out of state and we like to come preview the home, maybe do a video preview possibly to have that. And if we had a qualified buyer, I would bring them to you. Would I be able to come over and preview your home?
Yeah, that would be fine. I'm having an open house tonight from 5 to 6. So yeah, you can come by.
Okay, great. So you're having an open house.
Yeah, I'm showing the house tonight for people that are interested in coming by that have called and want to see it.
Okay, awesome. Well, I look forward to coming and meeting you.
Okay, that sounds good.
So you got-
Then when I get to the home, I mean, he made it easy. I don't know.
Well, coming to see the house isn't the hard part, right? It's getting me to list with you. So
Yeah, I want to hear the transition now into the listing. Now
Okay.
you're at home, you looked at it. Let me hear what you do next.
That's when I bring my team lead with me.
Okay. Who's the,
I
Okay,
would
so-
probably ask, well, I would go around, I'd look at it and I would ask, so can I ask you, James, how long do you plan on trying to sell your house on your own before you decide to hire an agent?
Well, I'm not really thinking about hiring an agent. I mean, it's a great market. I see there's very little inventory, so I think it'll sell.
Yes. So so you think that, so can I ask you why you want to sell it on your own?
Well, I want to save some money. I mean, I can't see giving away 5% of my home.
Right. Yes, I could see where you want to save some money, but actually sometimes you'll make more money when you have an agent. You'll have more exposure. And then also you're going to have qualified people coming to see your home. They're vetted already.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely a possibility, but I mean, I think I'm getting enough calls right now that people want to see it that I'll find the right buyer.
Okay. So again, how long, if you don't find the right buyer, how long would you wait before you decide if you want to list it with an agent?
Well, I'm probably going to give it like 60 days and see what happens.
Okay. I don't know where again, I'm new at this, so I would probably just leave well, here's what we can do for you. Are you open for me telling you about what we can do for you if we list your home when the time comes?
Yeah,
So-
you can give me, sure, you can tell me some of your services, sure.
hang on, time's up now. And again, so I think you did a nice job getting right to the point and getting in the home. And that is kind of the Trojan horse, pretending you have a buyer. One of the lines you said that I really liked is that a lot of our buyers are out of the area. So that kind of eliminates, well, are you going to be bringing a buyer with you? So I think that was good, worth writing down. Now, when you're in the home though, let's go and who wants to handle that? We've done this a number of times. We almost did something very similar just a minute ago. So who wants to take it from, the question is, well, why are you selling, why are you not using an agent? Who wants to handle it from there? Because that's very handleable. Anybody?
I'll run with it, Denny.
All right, well, you're the one that took the listing at 5%.
I know that's true.
All right, so I'll be the seller, so
Okay.
go.
Okay, so Denny, let me ask you, are you more interested in saving money or making money on the home?
Well, that's an interesting question. I've never heard that. So what do you mean?
Well, a lot of times, when you have your home for sale, do you find that you're getting a lot of buyers coming in that are bringing in low offers? Have you had offers on the home?
Well, we've only done this for like a week.
Okay, so you haven't had any offers as of yet.
No.
And how did you come up with the price of your home, Denny?
Well, we met with 3 real estate agents and we just kind of took the one we liked the best. All the prices were pretty similar. So we just kind of robbed them of their expertise and now we're using their price.
Okay, gotcha. And so, and as far as marketing goes, how are you marketing the home?
Oh, it's on, I paid a bid on MLS and so far we're getting a lot of calls. I got a sign out there.
Okay, gotcha. And how long you want to continue along this path, of hoping that you get someone coming into the home that's going to buy it?
Hadn't even crossed my mind. I have no doubt I'm going to sell it.
Okay. Well, let me just say, what if you didn't, Danny? Do you feel like the market's working in your favor or not in your favor right now?
I think inventory is low. Based on the interest, I don't think there's a problem.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, Danny. What if I could show you how we could actually make you more money by having listed with an agent?
All right. How would you do that?
Well, first of all, Danny, are you willing to pay a co-broke to someone who brings a buyer in?
Well, I guess you came over here to look at it, so we've had that conversation already. Yeah. So
you said you would do the 2.5%. Okay, appreciate that. So then, really, what you're looking to save is what, 2.5%?
Right.
Okay, and let's just say, what if your house is priced, lower than it should be, or you get offers that come in lower because you're not getting qualified buyers coming in? Would that be worth maybe 1% or 2%, you think?
I guess theoretically it could be, but I don't think that would be the case because we're getting a lot of interest in the home right now. So I don't think
interest is great, but you haven't had any offers, right? So far as what you're saying.
It's been 4 days.
Okay, understood. I appreciate that. And, I'm sure you want to sell it yourself. I'm just trying to say, sometimes there's a difference, like, do you cut your own hair, Denny?
What little I have, I might as well.
Well, if you're doing it yourself, you're doing an okay job. But I'm just saying that, a lot of people like to go to professionals, right?
Okay.
And they go to professionals for a reason, right?
Right.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, if you could have a professional market and promote your home and try to get you through the entire process to a closing, it's not just selling your house, right? It's getting you through the appraisal, getting you through the home inspection. And if I could save you 0.5% on each one of those steps, would that be worth some time and maybe listing with me?
So that's the time. So James, nice. I mean, that is a version of slicing the bologna, getting it, reducing it to the ridiculous. And there's a lot of ways to use that. James, that was one of them, and we had a little fun with it.
Yes.
Sometimes the question is that I would actually say this to a seller. And one of the first questions, although it was kind of applied, I want you to write this down. If somebody wants to save money, and we talk about you want to save money or make money,
right?
The first question I would ask is, so you want to save the commission, right, James?
Yeah, absolutely.
How much are you attempting to save?
Well, I'd like to save, at least 3%.
Okay, well, all right. So that's the listing side, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, because I'm willing to pay on the buyer side. We've already discussed that. So yeah.
So then you ask a good question. What if you could, I could make more money using you? If your 3% is a concern, there is a number you would probably be willing to pay just to have the headache totally off your plate, what would that number be? What would that percentage be?
Oh, if I didn't have to come home from work and do showings and, hold open houses on the weekend, that's probably worth, 2% to me.
So you'd be willing to pay me 2% to list it and do all the work for you and handle the wholesale, correct?
Yeah, I think at this point, yeah, I would be willing to do that.
Now, I've never used that on a role play. However, isn't that kind of like saying, and the question, Louise, you asked, when we were doing the Bailey one, like, okay, I'm paying 17, what would you be willing to pay if you owned? So if you could say, listen, I don't really think that the seller is looking forward to doing all this. They're going to pay 2.5% to a buyer. They're going to save 3%. If it could just go away and somebody take care of it, what would you be willing to pay? Most likely they're going to say a point or two.
Right.
Now, what have you just done? You've taken let's say it's 5%, and they're going to want to save 2.5 or 3%. Now you're just taking a 1.5 off. Now what you've done is you slice the bologna, and now we only have to work on the 1%. I mean, you're going to go through, if you'd give it to me for 2 and you're trying to save 3, so you're going to go through all of this to save 1%, James?
Right. Yeah, and you'd also go into all of the 4 areas where, like you talked about, where it really can cost me more money. So home inspections, the appraisals and all that. So yeah, no, I totally get that. That's a great opening.
It is.
Put it on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got one more, and it's going to be an interest rate question. This is a buyer. And again, you need to know this because interest rates are coming up a lot. It will be an interest rate objection. Who wants this one? People are hanging up. They don't want it. I got Jennifer, got Kate, Denise, Fran, Bella, Jason.
Guys, don't knock the door down. You know, there's a grand prize available to you if you participate.
But you can't win if you don't play.
Exactly.
All right. Well, here we go. All right. So Mindy, you're in.
I'm jumping back into the ring to get smacked around. This is the only way to sharpen my saw. So,
All right, Mindy, I don't want to buy now. Interest rates are too high.
okay. So let me ask you, at what interest rate will you be ready to jump into buying again?
Well, probably 4.5. It has to have a 4 in front of it.
It has to have a 4 in front of it. Okay. And how long do you think that will be?
Experts are saying probably sometime in the next 12 months.
Okay, in the next 12 months.
Yeah.
Denny, remind me, do you own a home currently or are you renting?
I own.
You own. Okay. All right. And what was the reason that you were thinking of buying a new home?
We're downsizing.
All right. And what's important to you about downsizing?
We just don't need this big house to take care of. That's all.
So what are the carrying costs of owning that bigger home while you're waiting for interest rates to drop?
Well, we don't have a mortgage. I mean, so we got to pay a yard guy and pool guy, and that would be kind of equal to. It's not really a financial issue. It's just a headache, having to worry about it, and they don't do a good job. So we want to do more traveling and not have any worries. So it's not a financial issue.
I see. Well, I was just thinking that a bigger house will cost more for your air conditioning, for your energy.
Yeah, I get it.
No? All right. Louise is up there shaking her head no. Oh God, that's a distraction. Sorry. All right. So what if interest rates don't come down to the 4%? How long are you willing to wait?
Well, we're in no hurry, but I would think probably certainly by the election, they'll come down. They'll have to. That's all politics, right? So that's what, a year and a half. If they don't by then we'll have to figure out something else.
So let me ask you, what do you think is going to happen to home prices if interest rates do go down to the 4% area?
Well, that's why we are not going to sell right away, because we think prices will go up.
All right. And if prices go up, on the sell side, won't you be paying that higher price when you go to buy as well?
Now, isn't that nice how she got into that? And I was wondering when she was going to go there. So and I purposely, I'm a buyer that's a seller. I want to sell. I don't want to sell now because the rates are high. Because when rates go down, my house will go up in price. And so she's clearly helped me see, well, do you want to then sell high and buy high? Is that what you're saying? So nice job, Mindy, on picking up on that.
Thank you.
You didn't think you're going to get there either.
No, I knew I was going to get there eventually. It's getting there faster, I think.
So I have Mindy, Louise, James, and Helen. Who else played ball today, Louise?
Jenny,
Jenny, that's right.
let's see.
I'm gonna number these in a weird way, you won't know how to number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. James, give me a number 1 through 5, please.
Let's go 3.
Jenny. Where's Jenny? Where are you? Are you here? Did she hang up?
Must be present to win. What's your next number, James?
I guess let's go 4.
For her, Louise.
Nuh-uh.
You won
No way.
again? What is this? This seems
You know,
weird. She wins in the
I-
morning
I
and she
have-
wins now?
I appreciate it, and let's give other people opportunities because they're here for the same reasons I'm here.
Louise,
Well,
go buy a lottery
Helen.
ticket today.
There you go. Winner,
Yeah,
winner.
Helen. Are you there? Helen, calling Helen.
Helen, you could be a big winner.
30-minute free coaching call. Are you there? Or is it just a fake picture?
What is the prize? A coaching call?
Yeah.
What
With
about
Denny.
Bailey and James? They're present, they're here. Why don't you just,
Bailey played too, right?
yes.
She did.
Did you
And you know
include
what,
her?
Denny? I would love one-on-one with you, but let's let Bailey have it.
Bailey?
I think
You're gonna get a 30-minute, thank you, James. Very-
Oh,
very nice.
Thanks, James.
So,
it's my Denny's birthday present to you.
Thank you.
so here you go, Bailey. If you email me, right there, Coach Danny Grimes at Gmail, Coach Danny Grimes at Gmail. We'll get something on the calendar. 30 minutes.
Thank you.
And we'll have a coaching call, practice role play, help you any way I can. You guys, thanks for being on. Have an awesome Friday. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Love you, mean it. Be careful out there.
Have a
happy
great day,
birthday
Denny.
Bye,
weekend.
thanks. Happy birthday.
Thank you.